happens when you don't do things that are normal or anticipated? My name is Cynthia, and I'm a pewter smith and metal smith. To work with metal, particularly pewter, it is a tin-based alloy, so a lot of people consider it a base metal, not a fine material like silver or gold, but it's still a metalsmithing set of skills that you have to have in order to manipulate pewter. When I look at the type of work that I like to do with pewter, it's not what people consider conventional work. I like the freeze cast techniques, which this is an example in the bowl, or the water cast, which is in this. When we think of conventional pewter smithing, a lot of it is cast material where you're working with molds, or you're doing turned pieces such as bowls or beer steins, that sort of thing. So with this technique, I'm actually pouring pewter directly into a pan of water. Typically, I can create sort of long, ribbony type forms where you see the actual shape of the water as it has flowed and solidified in the pan of water. So you'll see those wonderful little striations that occur. And this is really just like capturing a water drop in the pewter. So a singular drop form. I like the experimental work. I genuinely do. I find that to be playful and interesting. For the business side of what I do a lot of conventional work where it's making rubber molds, doing spin casting, producing pieces that work in a wholesale environment, where this is much more enjoyable because it's a one-off creative structure where I can play around and see what happens when. So when we're looking at the work that I want to do for touch, we're looking at how can we combine the textures and the flow that's achieved in a water cast piece, and then with something that's in the freeze cast, where you get a different set of textures with it. The question is whether I'm going to end up doing vessel forms or something that's much more abstractly sculptural, something that hangs, has shadow, that plays with light as well. So this is where we're headed, is taking these structures, these vessel forms, and then making something more abstract and more playful yet again with this.